Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the HGUC Gustav Karl Unicorn version, and it is a pretty big boy, and a pretty big kit here as well, because you can see the box is pretty thick, and it is a very, very thick design. So it's a pretty cool design. Didn't really get a whole lot of screen time in Gundam Unicorn, and it didn't really get to do a whole lot before getting pretty much immediately destroyed. But still, it looks pretty cool, and I think it's going to make for a pretty cool kit. I know a lot of people have been really waiting for this, myself included. That said, not really, as much as I like the design, I'm not really sure how convinced I am about the actual kit form of this. So we'll see. I'm holding off my judgment until I get it all built up, and then I'll let you guys know in the review, of course. But for now, let's just take a look at the box art. Basically, what we're seeing here is the Gustav Karl as he's throwing off his camo net there on the side. You can see the Zeta plus C1 over there getting stomped on by a Jesta, and just before his death of also getting killed by a Jesta. So it's cool box art though. It looks really cool. I like the kind of very weathered look on it. It looks neat. Anyway, here on the side we got 221 in the line. On the bottom of the box we got a look here what the kit is going to look like front and back. And from the front, all the bulk looks really good, but here's kind of where I get a little bit about this kit, which has this very huge back skirt, which just makes it look a little bit too chunky for me. Like from the front, I can deal with that bulk, but from the back, that's a little bit too junk in the trunk for me. But alright, then it does have, of course, some gimmicks here and some moving parts on that. It has very simple weapons, just the regular beam rifle and the two beam sabers. So to have this really big, huge, bulky suit and this tiny little beam rifle, really not all that impressive. So might want to get to some kit bashing and give this some different weapons if you're up to it. It's got a clear part there for the visor on the head. It looks nice. It's got a couple of action poses here, as actiony as it's going to get. I'm wondering how the articulation is going to be for something this big and bulky, but I think the articulation should be pretty good. Recent HGUC kits are usually pretty fantastic overall, so I'm expecting this one to be pretty good as well. It's got the little hatch on the forearm that opens up for the grenade launcher, and then the leg actually has a gimmick built in so that you actually slide the thigh part up before bending the knee, and that'll give you a further bend there at the knee, which is pretty cool. Over here on the other side, we've just got some artwork there and some information here in Japanese and English if you want to check that out. There's that. And again, as with the new trend, we don't have any list price here listed on the box, but this kit retailed for 2,400 yen, which is a little bit high, but as you can see, it's a big bulky kit, a relatively good sized box, and a lot of plastic in here, so it doesn't really seem too bad. There's our sticker sheet, and it is an entirely new kit as well, so that's always nice. Bunch of big, beefy parts. Just toss all that to the side so we can take a look at our manual here. Typical HGUC style manual with a nice big reference photo there of a painted kit on the front. Some statistics over here about the height, weights, armaments, things like that. You can see the total height is 22 meters, which makes this a pretty tall guy as well. It should be about the same height as the Jesta, I believe. We'll take a look in the review, of course, at some comparisons. Here on the back, some more information and information about the beam rifle, the beam saber, and the shield, the grenade launcher there in the forearm. It says the beam rifle is actually the same one used by the Jagan Type D, interestingly. So some more information down here, and then the color guide there in Japanese and English. So you can read all of that to your heart's content. It's probably all on the wiki page anyway, as I always say. So there we got the parts list. Obviously we're going to be using everything, with it being a completely new kit, except for a handful of the polycaps. And then it's just onto the construction, torso, and the body. You build the shield part at the same time as the torso, interestingly enough, because it looks like that's part of the backpack build. And the head, arms, legs, and then back around to our color pages here, finishing up the legs and the waist. And then the weapons, just really simply there, and then a couple of the gimmicks here at the end. Let's get a look at the runners. Alright, so first up here is the foil sticker sheet, and it looks kind of bad at first glance because you have those big giant black stickers, but those actually just go on the black lines on the side of the legs. Really not that big a deal. Other than that, you just have just a few on there, just a couple of pink cameras, a little tiny red one, and a little tiny blue one, so it's really not all that bad for the foil stickers, I don't think. PC132 for the polycap runner here. Pretty interesting that they're using this runner. It's not a very common one for recent high-grade releases. And then SB13 for our standard clear pink beam saber effect parts. Runner A we've got in 4 colors here, some deep red there at the bottom, a kind of slightly brownish gray for like the main color there in the center, a little bit off-white over here for the side, and then the one clear pink there at the top for the visor and head camera. The runner B1 is just all in that slightly brownish gray color for a bunch of different armor parts and things like that. And we've got runner B2, which is a copy of this section over here. Runner C1 is a bunch of the huge blue parts here for this, and then we've got runner C2 as well, which is a copy of this corner of the runner down here, Runner D here is in matte black, which looks really nice. We've got parts there for the weapons, hands, and then joint parts and things like that. And then runner E is also in matte black here for some more joint and detail parts. And we've got 2 of this E runner. So that is it for the Gustav Karl. I think you're going to have to play a drinking game for this one and count how many times we're going to say big, beefy, bulky, or anything along those lines, because that's pretty much the only way to describe this kit. But it does look like it's going to be pretty cool, pretty fun, pretty unique, pretty hip, pretty hop, and it should be a lot of fun. So thank you, as always, to USA Gundam Store again for sponsoring the review. Thank you to you guys for watching, and leave any questions and comments you have there down below. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the review coming up soon. Bye-bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.